Hey guys, what's up? It's me, DPX, back with another episode of the podcast, DPX Talks, for about an hour. Um, it is March 18th, 2020. Hope everyone's doing well at this time of pandemic. So today I managed to get a special guest at a time where like meeting up is not allowed, but I didn't meet up with this person. But anyways, what's up, Ramkit? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? How is everybody
I'm
in
doing good.
this
My
very,
family's doing
very
pretty well.
strange world? Yeah,
Yeah, it's the end of the world.
it's
Um,
the end of the world.
yeah, I figured I'd have Ramkit on here again because I've had like all the top people on here twice, but not Ramkit. Ramkit's the one exception, but now he gets to be on here. So
Yeah.
yeah, let's just get right into this. Before we get into like the big stuff, I want to talk about some of the smaller stuff, like some updates on the coronavirus. Or I was not supposed to say that because YouTube, like, I don't get monetized by them anyways, but YouTube demonetizes any video that talks about that.
Some updates on the virus, on
Yeah, on
the big
COVID
V, the
19.
big CV. Exactly.
Um, right after I uploaded my that podcast, three movies by Disney were delayed, that being Mulan, New Mutants, and Antlers. And then, like, just yesterday, they also delayed Black Widow, which,
Yeah,
was
that one was pretty big, but I mean,
that
I
that, that
understand
one
why
that
they
one
did
hurt me
that.
because I don't got no
Mm-hmm.
Marvel movie coming out by my birthday this year now.
Yeah.
Um, and I believe the new Saw movie has been delayed as well.
Oh yeah.
And
But
yeah, as for WrestleMania, it's going on without a crowd, which is going to be really weird. I talked about that during the podcast.
and
Um,
every other single this has already happened, but every other single sports league has been
yeah,
canceled or
uh,
postponed or
I made a mistake last episode. I said like March Madness is going on without a crowd. That was like no, it's not. It's not going on at all. Um, but the most interesting thing is the movie delays. We got like um specifically the four ones by Disney. Mulan, New Mutants, and Antlers. Um, and recently Black Widow as well. That is okay. That's a lot of stuff. Look, I here's what I think. Mulan and Black Widow are way too big to go on Disney Plus. Antlers
Mhm.
is like it's small enough to be on Disney Plus, but it's like a fucking like brutal and like horrible movie to that
So they'll probably put it on like Hulu or something like that, or one of
either
their
that or it's just
other
gonna
20 streaming things.
either that or it's just gonna be in theaters later, which is probably most likely. But
Hmm.
uh I feel really bad for New Mutants. That's gotten delayed so many times. Like the first trailer I think dropped in like I don't even know, 2017 I think. 16. So I feel really bad for Antlers. Not Antlers, New Mutants. Just that one just released on Disney Plus. Um
I mean,
Ramkit.
yeah, like, yeah.
Oh no, what were we
Sorry,
gonna
we're just
say?
having a little
What were we gonna say?
Discord trouble here. Yeah, I remember seeing New Mutants in like the trailer for, and I mean, besides how I was scared because I was seeing some PG Marvel movie, only to see a horror movie, and I just was not expecting it. But it just looked really interesting and like a
Yeah.
really cool take on a franchise that's been done and done again. And it's just kind of sad that it's just been pushed back all these years and
Yeah,
all these
honestly,
times.
yeah, just released on Disney Plus. If it was still rated R, it's actually gonna be PG-13. But if it was rated
Yeah,
R, then no, don't put it on Disney Plus. Kind of like Antlers. Don't never that would never be on Disney Plus. Um, New Mutants, just put it there. I mean, you're not gonna make back the budget, but like give it a break. So,
Mhm.
anything else you'd like to add there?
I mean, yeah, I think that this would just be a great time for them to use their streaming site because I mean that's where everyone goes now.
Yeah,
If you can't go to the movie theater, you just stream movies at home, sitting wherever you want and just watching without having to go outside.
yeah. There's a
So they'd be finally using their streaming service.
yeah. There's actually something some news like that we'll talk about later. But all right. So that's yeah. The Disney Plus doesn't really have much of anything right now. Like they got the Mandalorian, and they also are doing the final season of the Clone Wars. But that's really it. That's all they're doing. They don't have any.
Yeah,
They
I
don't
was
have.
like thinking about that. How most of the new stuff they have is directed at kids, and most of like the teen stuff for the major like money makers for older audiences hasn't really gotten anything yet.
Yeah. I mean,
So
they did a.
people are probably going to cancel their subscriptions.
I mean, recently, I wanted to very briefly talk about this. They recently came out with this movie Stargirl on there, and just because it's free and everything, I watched it. I, it's fine. It's not. It wasn't stupid like that Timmy Failure movie, but this movie, it's. I mean, the message that it gives at the end is confusing. Like, it sort of seems like, yeah, be yourself, but then it also says something along the lines of like, or meaning something along the lines of like, don't like basically only worry about yourself. Like, don't care about others. So it's very
Mhm.
strange. Yeah, movies
What
like
is it
this,
called?
Stargirl.
Oh, that was a book by like the guy that I read all the books of when I was littler. I
Uh,
don't know. I've just heard that was a book before, and I didn't read it, but I like have it.
yeah. So it's. I mean, it's not the characters aren't like either stupid or assholes like how they were in Timmy Failure. But it's I'm not gonna remember anything that happened in this movie. So moving on.
Mhm.
Briefly, I don't have this on the list, but I just also want to very briefly mention this. There was actually Ramkit. Did you even know that there was a PS5 presentation today?
Wait, what? Actually,
It's not what you think, though. It was just about the
I doubt it.
specs. It's just about the
Uh,
specs. I was bored, so bored that like I didn't want to do a live reaction because like I found out about it like 30 minutes before it was going to premiere. So I was doing like a non-live reaction, but I got so bored. I got so bored I just stopped it. I just didn't finish watching it. Basically, it's just a boring video about the PS5 specs, and it was just a lot of that fucking. I don't even know.
specs.
I don't even know if we got like an actual look at the PS5. I think we did. It kind of looks like the PS4. It looks like a different model of the PS4, but I like the PS4 model though. So, but
Yeah, I mean, I think that both. I mean, I guess Xbox has done a little more, but the one thing that really makes or breaks like any console for me is whether or not the games and like the features of it. Because at the end of the day, if the Xbox is in like has higher specs and higher resolution, like it looks better, I'm not really gonna care if the PS5 has all these better games and it's just more fun to use.
yeah, about the Xbox. Apparently, the Series X is supposed to be more powerful than the PS5. So
The PS5.
yeah. Um, So yeah, another thing I want to briefly talk about is the Nintendo Indie World Showcase. I did actually do a live reaction to this one yesterday. Um, it was a nice little showcase. I don't really remember most of the games on there though. Ramkit, did you watch this?
No, I mean, I like kind of looked at like highlights of it, but I didn't watch it. I
Yeah.
definitely heard about it though.
The most notable game on there was definitely Exit the Gungeon, the sequel to Enter the Gungeon, which is a really good but like really hard game. But uh, so I really don't really remember a whole lot that happened in there. I remember there's this one game with like an anime art style that I thought looked really cool, and then there's this other game by the same people behind No Man's Sky. So um, yeah, that was really it.
That's good.
Um, Another thing I want to briefly talk about is the recently. I wanted to have this as one like the bigger topics, but like I don't know. A lot of like places have talked about this and everything, but recently it's been announced that while they couldn't get a Last of Us movie going, there's going to be a Last of Us HBO series. What are your thoughts on that, Ramkit?
Now, for what I like, for one thing, it's actually by the person that did Chernobyl
Yeah.
that was like incredibly received, and I mean, I think that kind of like The Witcher, this is like a very good story to make a TV about. It's like a zombie horror that's all about the characters, and it like shouldn't be very hard to translate it to film medium.
Yeah,
And I just
they were
mostly I
trying to
just
make a
hope it's
movie.
good.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
for years they were trying to get a Last of Us movie. And I think it might have actually worked better as a movie. I'm not quite sure how they can prolong this for like a series, but I'm interested to see like what they do. I'm interested to see.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's not a whole lot to say there. Anything else you'd like to add? Um,
I hope it's good.
yeah.
That's all I can really say. That's
Um,
all I really hope for.
yeah. Okay. Now for the big stuff. Um, Something that happened like a week or two ago, but I still think it's worth talking about is uh well, GameStop is sort of in a bunch of shit. They're not really doing too well. They closed many stores, so they got someone new to join their board of directors, and that was one Reginator. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so this can be very good. Um, my boy Pat Luigi, he asked me about this. He goes, "Do you think it's good or bad?" I'm like, "How can this be bad?" Um, because honestly, Reggie saved Nintendo. Like he saved Nintendo. He joined Nintendo when they were sort of not doing too well. And he brought a lot of light and enthusiasm to the company. When it came to like presentations and stuff like that. Um, and maybe he can get GameStop back on track. Um, you know,
I mean,
you hear about this Ram Kit. What are your thoughts on
yeah.
Reggie joining GameStop? Like, okay, I don't think it's gonna hurt GameStop. I think it's more like, why would Reggie do this? So, what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, obviously, yeah, this is only putting like a famous, competent person in like a high position into a failing company would probably help them. But I mean, for one thing, this is like basically his job, and maybe he
To
just,
save dying companies?
I don't know, maybe he just feels bad for dying companies and like wants to give back to the world by helping everybody out. I really have no clue why. Not like I'm complaining or anything,
Yeah, I
but
mean,
because
this could
hopefully he
be.
can revamp the store that I've loved for so many years.
Yeah, I haven't been to a GameStop in forever, actually.
Me neither.
But yeah, it's also like his love for video games. Like, yeah, he loves Nintendo. You can see that in his like retirement video. But I'm sure he's passionate about like all video games. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah,
I just really hope that he like somehow turns things around for it's very hard. They have to compete with Amazon and all these other big stores that sell things along with video games, but I hope that he finds a way for GameStop to come back.
Okay, yeah. I've been using Amazon for like the past like 2 years.
Mm-hmm. And it's
But
just completely replaced. There's really no point. You can either download games or order games, then like they'll come to you like
yeah,
super
although
quickly.
I recently pre-ordered Animal Crossing New Horizons, cannot wait for that game from Amazon, and it says it said estimated time. This it could come earlier, but estimated time of arrival or delivery, uh,
Mm-hmm.
March 25th. The game comes out March 20th. I could be
That's
playing
why
it.
I was going to download it.
Yeah, I could be
That's what
playing
I'm
it like
planning to do.
5 days later. So I might have to rethink this whole way of pre-ordering games from Amazon. But
Like us,
all right, sorry guys. Yeah, something happened. So luckily I can edit this. So yeah. Anyways, where
you
were
won't be
we?
hearing this.
Huh?
we're we're talking about Amazon and downloads.
Yeah, but we were really talking about Reggie and GameStop. I think I wanna go back to GameStop again, but it's not really like like what other places are like you know just video games, basically GameStop. Um and yeah, I think Reggie could help out the GameStop.
I've loved GameStop for so many years, and I really, really hope that Reggie does something with his new position, as in like executive or whatever.
Yeah. So
But we'll
any
see. Only time will tell.
anything else you want to say, or is that the anything else?
That's the anything else.
Okay. Um. Next up is a very weird. This one was I saw this on Mario Day, and it was like really weird. I just saw it and I'm like, what the fuck? But we got a Super Mario Lego set, uh, and Mario like the Lego Mario does not look the way you think he would. Um, he looks I don't know how to describe this, but I'm sure you've all seen it. Um, I mean, it's just so weird. Apparently they've been trying to get Nintendo Legos or Mario Legos for quite a while, but Nintendo had like a partnership with Kinects, and Lego didn't want to do that. Yeah, those existed. Yeah, they got a bunch of. I saw they had like a Lego Goomba and a Lego Bowser Jr. and a Lego Pipes. They got like batteries inside this Lego Mario. Like this is a weird Lego set for sure. Um, Ramke, you see like I'm sure you've watched the trailer or at least seen the images.
Yeah,
What are your thoughts on this? This is like one of the weirdest things. Like
I mean, besides Super Mario Maker now being in real life, um, I mean, I guess like the whole thing is that you can play it. Apparently, like there's different way. Like you make a level and then you can like play through the level by collecting things and defeating enemies and Goombas. But I mean, I just it looks kind of cool. It looks really weird, but
yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna
when I
play
saw
it.
Minecraft Lego, when
No,
I saw Minecraft Legos, I was like weirded out. But then now those became super common, so
yeah.
I guess it's just like that.
Um, but this is like this isn't like a normal Lego though. This is
Yeah,
they don't have like those like brick guys that you see in like the Lego movie. Like this is basically Mario just made out of Legos. Very strange. And maybe we can see other stuff like a Legend of Zelda Legos with like the same shit. Like that's it's really weird.
maybe they'll do a whole Nintendo Lego set with a whole
Maybe like a Smash
different
Brothers
Nintendo
Lego set.
characters. That would be cool, yeah.
Just
Yeah,
every Nintendo
every
character.
single
Um,
every single Nintendo character ever created and used at least once having a Lego made out of them.
yes. um, yeah, it's just so weird. Look, I don't think I'm gonna buy it, but at the same time, I kind of want to buy it just because like it looks stupid and like fun and shit. So I don't know. Uh, this is very strange. Um, Not much really more to add. Do you have anything else to add?
Not really. Just yeah. I mean, I'm just like you. I probably don't like. It just looks fun, and like I kind of want to buy it, but do I really want to? Or yeah, I'm excited to see how it comes to look like.
Yeah. So that's definitely strange for sure. Uh, got another. Oh yeah, it's something that's kind of linked to this. Lego. It was either Lego or Nintendo. No, it was Lego. They put out like a statement saying like, "Oh, we're announcing this Mario Lego set that was revealed in a Nintendo Direct." And it's like, wait a minute, there was no Nintendo Direct. So it turns out there's probably supposed to be a Nintendo Direct. Um, we haven't gotten one since September 4th of 2019.
That's
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 insane.
insane.
Yeah. Um. So apparently we're gonna get one next week, like according to rumors.
On March 26th, I believe,
Yeah.
was
There's
the
not a whole.
rumor,
There's
but
not a lot. There's not like a whole lot we can really talk about here, but it's like, yeah, that's right.
it's time.
Yeah, it's time. Give us another direct. I was saying. I remember last episode, not last episode. Not the coronavirus one. I wasn't. Fuck. I keep saying it now, but not the COVID-19 one, but the one before that from February. I kind of ranted about how people expect a Nintendo Direct like every fucking day. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but like it's like there's a Nintendo Direct 1 month, usually let's say in September. Then like come November, everyone's like, "Where's the Nintendo Direct?" And then come December, everyone's like, "Where's the Nintendo Direct?" Come January, everyone's like, and Nintendo Directs aren't that frequently, but usually by now there's another one, so I get it now. But um yeah, what are your thoughts?
I mean, there's like so many things that are coming out, or people want to come out, or
That's true.
things
Nintendo.
that they should unveil, and I mean, they just haven't really said anything about anything in a while.
Yeah, it's true. All that Nintendo has, like first party wise, this year that we know about is Animal Crossing, which is like coming out in 2 days, um,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, and Xenoblade Chronicles HD or Definitive Edition, which isn't even an original game. So, um, yeah, I that can't be the only two. Like we're getting No More Heroes 3 this year as well, and Bravely Default 2. But those aren't like Nintendo, so we need like more. We need to know of more
Like their
Nintendo
Breath of
first.
the Wild 2
I don't, I
for that, but we haven't heard much about it.
I really don't
So
think
they're
it's gonna be this year. I think
no, but I mean, I just hope they release more information about
yeah,
it. I don't want it to be this year. I want them to
we
take
need
their
more
time.
information about Bayonetta 3. That's been like
Mm-hmm.
that. I
That's
mean, this next one I don't really care that much about, but Shin Megami Tensei 5, that was announced all the way back at the Nintendo Switch presentation back in like January 2017, and it's still not out yet. That might be the only game that was announced before the Switch came out that's still not out. Um, so yeah, any final thoughts?
I mean, yeah. I hope the rumor is true because I'd be interested to see what they have to say and what's coming out soon.
Yep. All
But
right.
we'll see.
Okay. Well, we talked about Sony a bit earlier. And how they revealed how they had their little presentation about the the PS5, specifically the specs. Um, well, a few days ago, apparently there's a rumor going around that very well could be true. Sorry if you guys hear some clicking, but I'm gonna try to pull something up. There's a rumor going around that Sony might buy um some Konami franchises, including Metal Gear Solid, Castlevania, and Silent Hill. Um, this is huge. Um, like these three
Those are all
franchises.
huge IPs,
Yeah,
and
these three franchises have been dormant for a while. Like we've got last. I don't count Metal Gear Survive. Fuck that game. But I'd say the last Metal Gear game we got was back in 2015 with Metal Gear Solid 5. Last actual Castlevania we got, I don't even know. I don't even know the last Castlevania game we got, and neither do I know the last Silent Hill game we got.
I know there was a Netflix Castlevania TV series, but that's about all I know about it.
I know that no,
I
that
just like
show's
know that
that
exists.
show's good, but
I mean, yeah, that's like the only piece of Castlevania property we can remember. It's time for something new to come out for that
that and
series.
they came out with the Castlevania Anniversary Collection, which I thought was awesome, and they came out with
Mm-hmm.
Castlevania Requiem, which was just a compilation between Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night, the two games that had Richter Belmont in them. Um, and they're coming out with a mobile game. That's a fucking mobile game, so fuck that. Um, fuck that. Yeah, for the uh, YouTube viewers, I flipped off the mobile. You can't see a ramp kit, but yeah, fuck that though. Yeah, the problem is there is a bit of a worry that while if Konami tried to make another one of these games again, um, they'd fuck it up because all they want is just money now. But it may just be this is kind of not a good mindset to go in with. I get that, but I'm just saying it may be like only Konami that's able to make these games like really good, like older Konami that are able to make a Castlevania, a Metal Gear, a Silent Hill. Um, and if Sony tries to do it, I feel like there's. I'm not gonna say that this will be the case, but they run the risk of it just not being those franchises. Um, you what are your thoughts on that, Ramkit?
I see what you mean because like some of those games are like some of the greatest games ever. Like Silent Hill 2, I know is like universally loved. But I mean, like nothing's really been done with them, and I mean, Sony's not Konami; it's not their property, so they wouldn't really have like all the influence over it. But I feel like it would be time for some new like a new person to take a look at it and take a crack at it. I think it would be interesting to see what Sony does or what Sony
Yeah.
has done.
Now, Sony's not buying all of Konami. They're really
Yeah,
buying.
they're just getting those franchises.
Yeah, which leaves that leaves let's see, Contra in the dirty hands of Konami. That leaves Bomberman in the dirty hands of Konami. I can't think of anything else that Konami will like try to like fuck up next if they still own. But like this can be huge. Like apparently, a part of the rumor I heard is also like all three of these franchises will have new games coming out. A while back, there were rumors of like new Silent Hill games, which would be awesome. A while back, like a much longer ago, like before Simon was in Smash, it was like there's a rumor that we're gonna get another Castlevania game, and very recently there's a rumor that we're gonna get another Metal Gear game, not with Kojima though. Which yeah, give uh, this is sort of like stuff you heard about like Sakurai, how he deserves a break with Smash. give Kojima a break with Metal Gear. He's been doing this for a while. But
Mhm.
um, actually, speaking of Smash, how is this? Let's just say in Smash 6, how are they good? Are Simon and Snake gonna come back then? um, that's like
I
the least
hope
of my
so.
concerns. I wanna play a good new Castlevania, Silent Hill, Metal Gear. If um I know I mentioned the worry I had earlier, but if Konami's not gonna do it, and if they're just gonna stick with fucking pachinko machines, which it seems like they are, Sony would be the next best thing. Anything else you want to add?
I mean, I'm happy that someone is buying those and is going to do something with them.
It's just a rumor, though.
So I'm just, yeah, I know it's just a rumor, but
Like this
in
could
terms of
just
what
all
the
be a bunch of
implications
bullshit.
of it, I'm excited to see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Um. Yeah. Going back to comparing the PS5 and Xbox Series X, like this Xbox Series X might be like more powerful and as a console probably overall better than the PS5 actually. If they get these three franchises on the PS5, I'm sticking to the PS5. Um, like that, and like Sony has a great deal of exclusives, and you add these three. Mm. Um, so yeah, that's that. Um, there's something that recently popped up. Popped up as in like, I mean, started. It was announced. Apparently, let's see. Uh, due to this whole pandemic, we are going to, a bunch of movie theaters have closed, and like, so yeah, many people won't be able to see new movies. A lot of these movies are getting delayed. Um, it's a big deal. But um, apparently, what's happening is Universal. I think it's NBC Universal. But they're bringing a bunch of these uh, a bunch of movies to VOD, video on demand. Uh, for you know, let me read this quick. This quick. Let me read this quote. Given the rapidly evolving and unprecedented changes to consumers' daily lives during this difficult time, the company felt that now was the right time to provide this option in the home as well as in the theaters. NBC Universal will continue to evaluate the environment as conditions evolve and will determine the distribution strategy in each market when the current unique situation changes. Of course, talking about the COVID-19, that's a situation. But so some of the movies that they are bringing to VOD or video on demand, like this Friday, I think actually, include
Oh, yeah.
uh, The Invisible Man, um, The Hunt, which just came out like last Friday, and I forgot what the other movie was. I think I really is it Emma? I think it might be called. It's just someone's name like that, but uh, I,
Wait, do you mean, I think Birds of Prey is coming out on
Birds of
Friday?
Prey as well. Yeah, that's not Universal though.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that, yeah,
it
true.
was Emma that I was talking about. Um,
Uh,
Birds of Prey is coming in as well. The new movie Bloodshot. It goes to video on demand next week. Trolls 2. That's coming. That's like releasing on video on demand like during at its like original theatrical release date. Bless you. Um, I don't even know if you sneezed or not, but bless you.
I just did not.
Okay, but
Sweet little cough.
yeah, this is very, you know, I'd say there are some worries here, because like obviously there, for right now, I'm all for this. I don't want it to be like prolonged, like when movie theaters come back when they reopen and everything. I want these to go away, because like a movie like, let's say, a movie like Trolls 2, which I honestly don't give a shit about, but like it's on video on demand, which you can get for like $20 now. You'll be able to see this movie for $20 as opposed to going to the theater and having, let's just say you're a parent with kids, going to the theater, having to buy tickets for you and your kids. That's about like, let's say $40. Say you have 3 kids, $40, let's say, and then you spend money on popcorn and other food, and you're spending an overwhelmingly a lot of money just to see fucking Trolls 2. Um, uh, but if you do it here, it's not, you can just watch it at home. And a movie like that I don't give a shit about, I'd want to watch that. I'm fine with watching that here if I really feel like watching fucking Trolls. But
If you really want to watch Trolls.
no, I don't. But I'm just saying, like, a movie as opposed to like Avengers Endgame, though. That's a movie you want like the experience with. You
Yeah,
want
that's like a movie that's like, yeah,
a huge crowd,
it's
a
all about
huge
the
crowd
event. It's
pleasing.
all about the whatever. Exactly.
You know, you're reacting
Mm-hmm.
like it's a fucking baseball game. Like you're a
Wait,
live
hang on.
audience at a baseball game.
What'd you say?
So you react to stuff like like you're at a live baseball game. Like you're in the live audience. Ram, can you still hear? Ram Kit? Okay.
Hello?
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you.
Sorry.
Yeah, so sorry about that, guys. I don't know. I might cut this out, but
Go ahead.
um, so yeah, it's like something like Avengers Endgame. A lot of the stuff like imagine the first time you see Captain America getting Thor's hammer. Imagine you're just sat at home watching that, as opposed to you're at the movie theater and everyone's like
And
going
everyone
through
starts screaming and cheering. Exactly.
like you're at a basketball or baseball or wrestling game or something like that. Um, and yeah, so I don't want this to be going on forever and shit. But for right now, where movie theaters are closed at the moment, yeah, absolutely do this. And you know, even movies like Invisible Man was coming to the end of its theatrical window. Um, but a movie like The Hunt definitely was not coming to the end of its theatrical window because it just came out. But now it's coming out on VOD a lot earlier, so this is really cool. So yeah,
And
now
it just gives a lot of these movies an opportunity to like actually be watched instead of fading away or being super delayed now because of what's going on in the world.
um, so that wasn't it. What do you think about this whole thing? And specifically, you just told me what you think about how cool it is that these movies are coming on VOD. Do you Well, what are your thoughts on like how this could possibly be a bad thing? Like how it can, you know, be prolonged and make movie theaters go away? What are your thoughts?
I mean, yeah, that's. I just hope that they stop this practice, like you said before, that because then it'll take away from going to a movie theater, which is like I love doing that, and then that would just. This is like another kind of streaming thing and making movie theaters more and more irrelevant.
Yeah. I mean,
So
I
we'll
wouldn't say
see if this is
irrelevant, but
prolonged or.
if this gets prolonged, then it's making the movie theaters irrelevant. But
No, yeah, I mean, not right now, but
yeah,
if it gets prolonged, then yeah.
seems like everything except for this fucking virus is irrelevant. But um, so yeah, that's everything about that. We're gonna go out of order. Ramkid, you're obviously like looking at the list, but we're gonna go out of order. Um, on Discord, I I asked uh oh wow, a poster is about to fall in my room, so you're gonna hear a weird noise. But man, that fucking poster can't stay up. I'm gonna have to find like staples or some shit. But on Discord, I asked, and every episode there is a Discord question, where the Discord's down below. You can join, and it's there's an entire channel just for the there's an entire channel just for the yep, that was the poster. Okay. There's an entire channel just for the Discord topics. There's a Discord poll. So I put three options here. One, what game franchises would make good Netflix shows? Which I was kind of the most interested in talking about that one, but that one didn't win. Number two, is superhero movie fatigue starting to set in? Number three, what games are responsible for the current state of gaming? The winner was number two. Is superhero movie fatigue starting to set in? So yeah, about that, I remember Ramkin. I remember talking to you about the new Marvel movies. You said you were kind of marveled out. Can you sort of explain that?
I mean, for the most part, a lot of Marvel movies have like a formula. There's the hero, and then they get their powers, and then they lose their powers, or they get defeated by the villain, but then they come back. And there's a lot of movies that just have that same formula, and some of those are very good with that formula. But like a lot of the ones that I find really entertaining are ones that kind of take that and spin it around. Like everyone's favorite movie, Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, but Infinity War was like completely turned that on its head. But of course, that was a little different because of what kind of movie it was. But I just think that now would be a time for Marvel to either like take a small little break and like try experimenting and try other things with their movies.
Yeah, they were taking a small break. I guess with in between.
And I'm excited to see what Black Widow's like. Though I am excited. Well,
Yeah.
whenever it comes out,
They shouldn't.
obviously.
I feel like they shouldn't postpone Black Widow too much. They got a whole slate ahead of them. But
Mm-hmm.
look, I feel like I don't know. Like, here's what I noticed. Every year there's always like that one superhero movie. That like you are absolutely excited for. Like you cannot wait to see. Like in 2016, it was like Batman v Superman and Civil War. In 2017, it was Logan. Logan got the interest of everyone. 2018, it was Avengers Infinity War. 2019, it was Endgame and to an extent Joker. This year, there really isn't anything that I'm kind of like, absolutely. Like, nothing that's sort of like. I mean, no, I was really excited for Black Widow, and I still am. But, like, it's not coming out when it was going to. I'm really excited for Wonder Woman. I'm
Mm-hmm.
interested to see Morbius. I'm interested to see how they can continue Venom because they are making a sequel this year. They just haven't dropped any
Mm-hmm.
trailers or anything, which now's not
Yeah.
a right time to do that. But
Yeah, obviously.
I did actually really like Birds of Prey, and I actually saw that a lot of people didn't like it, but I liked it. I'm
We
interested.
actually saw it together. I liked it too.
Yeah. I'm interested to see fucking Uh, I'm interested to see Eternals, um, which is not coming out till November. I'm interested to see New Mutants whenever the fuck that comes out. Bloodshot is not Marvel or DC, but that one sort of just happened. But the fact of the matter is, like, I'm not like over the roof excited for them, like how I was for some of the movies I already mentioned. Um, I feel like obviously Marvel's taking like there's a lot less movies in this wave of the MCU, and there's not there's just there's only 5 movies, and there's like 2 this year, um, if that pans out how they want to. 2 this year, 3 next year, and then their Phase 5, which is going to be 4 movies in the span of 2 years, but that's still like 8 movies in the span of 2 years. So, um, yeah, but these Marvel movies are going to be like a bit different. Like the way you describe them, I think they're going to still be the same in that regard, but like I'm not. The Black Widow seems very kind of similar, but a movie like Eternals, like that's gonna take place thousands of years ago.
That looks. I'm excited for that. That looks like completely different than anything we've seen.
Yeah. Shang-Chi, which production actually halted because the director, um, he doesn't have it, but he got tested for the thing, and luckily he was not tested positive, but they still halted production. But that's basically like Black Panther, but like Chinese and everything. Um,
Mm-hmm.
a movie like Thor: Love and Thunder, that seems interesting just with like
That too, yeah.
apparently the Guardians of the Galaxy might actually be in that, and Christian Bale might be in that. So that's fucking crazy. But I wouldn't say superhero movie fatigue is starting to set in. Well, actually, I wouldn't say it's like dying, but superhero movie fatigue is like a small like percentage of it is starting to set in. I feel like uh, that there hasn't really been too many superhero movies since Endgame. Not much that people have cared about. Like there was Far From Home, which is great. Um, Joker, which is awesome. Uh, Birds of Prey, which I thought was good, but kind of mixed. Oh shit, I forgot about Dark Phoenix. But we don't talk about that one.
That was
But
terrible.
the fact of the matter is they're going slower. But like DC is starting to do some stuff. So I don't know. What do you think, Ramkit?
I mean, when people say superhero movies are losing their touch, more often than not, they're probably talking about Marvel movies because that's the biggest one.
Yeah,
So maybe we'll see. I mean, I'm sure Marvel movies will keep coming out, and hopefully they're good. But maybe the like some other, and with Joker, we'll have some other big superhero a little different and more like incredibly successful. Like some other studio besides Mario will see a lot of success.
yeah.
But we'll see.
DC's starting to put out some really great movies. Um, the Birds of Prey bombed at the box office, but so that sort of broke their streak of like box office hits. But they're starting to put out some really good
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Wonder Woman, I know. I mean, hopefully it comes out when it was originally intended to. But Wonder Woman, whenever that comes out, I know that that's gonna uh, absolutely break even at the box office and be a financial and critical hit. Or it should be a critical hit at least. Um, so yeah, and when he said like superhero movies are losing their touch in a different context, of course, we're going to be talking about another company that many people are starting to say are starting to lose their touch. And if I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't quite get it, and that is Pixar. Um, and yeah, so Onward came out. I really liked it, but a lot of other people didn't, and that's fine. That's
I
completely
liked it
fine.
too. Yeah, I just trying to kind of meet. I don't know. Like it was pretty good.
it's not
I'm happy,
it's not part
but
of
at the end of the day, I didn't really like. I haven't like thought about it for any reason, or like it hasn't had that much of an impact on me.
yeah. It's not one of Pixar's best, but it is it's not a bad, in my opinion, at least. It's not a bad movie by any means. Many people say it's kind of like bland, like, and that's fine. I don't, you know, I'm not. That's your opinion, but one thing that many people are saying that kind of I don't quite understand is that Pixar's losing their touch, where they say like, they're just half-assing everything. But let's look at this. Onward came out. That was their first original movie in years. Since Coco. But if you remove that from the equation, like for I think since 2015, I don't know what came out in that year. I think since then, they haven't made an original movie. But fuck. Yeah, they've done. A lot of people are asking for original movies, and then they make an original movie, and people are starting to say that they're starting to lose their touch. That's a bit strange. And then you look at their movies before Onward. Toy Story 4, I thought was great. Um, got fucking Incredibles 2, I thought was great. Coco, I thought was really great. But that's obviously an original movie, and that's where they thrive, I feel. Cars 3 was not that good. It's so forgettable, but um, Finding Dory,
Rocky.
I actually thought wasn't too bad. While a lot of people did, and that's fine. But it's strange. They do a lot of good movies, and then they do an original movie, finally, and people are saying they're starting to lose their touch. Um,
Yeah,
so
I think this is just like a fluke
yeah,
mistake that's not really going to have much of an impact.
like if Soul comes out mixed, then I'd sort of see why people are starting to think that
Where
Pixar's losing
people are
their
coming
touch.
from.
Huh?
Yeah,
Um,
I agree with you.
Soul, by the way, looks really good. I'm excited for that. If that even
It's
fucking
by
comes
the
out.
same guy that did Inside Out, so hopefully it's very, very good.
Yeah. That looks like it has like an actual like. That looks like it's about something that like could actually be like all Pixar-y. Like, um, it does have my worries though, but don't matter. It looks really good, but I don't think Pixar is losing their touch. Ramkit, do you think they're losing their touch?
No, I think they just released one movie that was pretty good. And it was theirs, but it just wasn't like
Wait, can you repeat that? Because your
Coco
audio
or the
glitched
other
out.
movie.
Can you repeat that? Your audio glitched out.
Yeah, can you? Okay, yeah. I mean, I just think it was one fluke. Like Coco, we talked about Inside Out, and like Toy Story movies that came out, and there's movies. So, and Onward wasn't even terrible. So I don't think that it was a movie that's gonna
It
put Pixar
wasn't. I wouldn't even say it was
down. I
like.
just think this was like
I wouldn't even say it was
a
like
bad
bland.
movie.
I wouldn't even say.
But I still enjoyed it.
Yeah. I'd say it's unique. Like magic and modern day. It definitely wasn't bland. Like that's sort of something that I've never really seen before. But Pixar's not losing their touch. If Soul is a dud and if next year's movie is a dud, and yeah, then I'd say maybe they're starting to lose their touch. But they're not. If they are, this isn't like an indication. Onward's not an indication. So, any final thoughts?
I agree with you.
Yeah. All right. We got one more, maybe one more. Maybe we can talk about like another thing, but we got another thing. So we got so Rise of Skywalker came out a few months ago. And a lot of people didn't like it. But look, I liked it, but it's not without its flaws. Absolutely not without its flaws.
I agree.
With its like lore, Palpatine just comes back.
That
Like
was the worst thing to me, that they just kind of threw that in, but what
yeah,
do you
like
know?
if you're gonna bring him back, like okay, like many people bring up the complaint that like it sort of makes Vader's sacrifice in Return of the Jedi like a lot less impactful. No, I don't quite agree with that because he was gone for quite a while. But if you're gonna bring him
Mhm.
back, at least like explain that. Don't just have him come back like, hey
Or at
guys.
least, yeah, like they should have had a plan for it. It should have been hinted at, or he should have came back earlier.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah,
what I'm trying to say here is they've released a book for the Rise of Skywalker. It's like the
the
visual dictionary
novelization.
novelization. Yeah, they I don't know why it's like damage control here. Uh, they said in there it says that Palpatine in Rise of Skywalker was a fucking clone. Did you? I know
That
you
is
did.
the I what?
I know you did research on that, Ramkit, but did you know about the that Palpatine was a clone?
Yeah, I knew about the clone thing.
Did,
That's like the dumbest thing ever.
no. Like, my problem isn't that he's a clone. It's that like you're not putting that in the movie. You're putting that in the book, which more people
Mm-hmm.
saw the movie than people that got the book. That's just not not everyone who's gonna go and watch a movie is gonna read the novelization. I can't speak today. The novelization. Uh,
And and I understand that like the movie doesn't have to explain everything, but like thing to explain, bring back your main antagonist that like blew up in an explosion. So to put that in the book and then just call it a day is really, really dumb,
I know.
in my opinion.
Like if he's gonna be a clone, fine, fine. But like, don't have him come in the movie and say like, I've been behind the First Order this whole time, and I've also fucked someone who fucked someone else, and they got Ray. Ray's my granddaughter. She's not really a Palpatine though because I'm a clone. Like, did anyone behind this like think about that? How even less sense the whole like uh way Palpatine and Rey are connected makes even less sense now because Palpatine's a clone.
They just did this to try to get all the hatred away from them, and it just kind of backfired, basically. That's
Yeah.
how I view it.
Another thing they said though was the kiss between Kylo and Rey was a kiss of gratitude, which I don't have much of a
That's so
problem.
stupid.
I don't. That is pretty stupid, but I don't
In
have
the
much of a
movie, they
problem.
were like all over each other. It was more than a kiss of gratitude.
Yeah. So
And I'm not
that's
talking about whether or not that was a good choice to include that, but the book to like try to go back on the movie is just stupid. That's
yeah.
the biggest issue in my opinion here.
Let's see. Those are the only two things I can remember. Let's see. Do you remember anything else it did?
I mean, I know the Palpatine clone was the biggest thing, but
Um, see, I'm trying to look up what else it did. It said. Um, the Rise of Skywalker team built a. No, that's not it. Um, Yeah, look, Palpatine is a fucking clone. Look, I just don't understand
Oh
why
yeah, it also confirmed that sensitive in the book.
that Finn's force sensitive.
Yeah, that was like the whole thing in the
Yeah, I know.
movie of I want to
That was
tell you
something that was just
something.
cut out of the movie. Like JJ wanted to include that, but Disney. I made like 2 whole videos about this. Disney cut um, um, down the movie without JJ even knowing, and he found out at the premiere. So you can't really blame all this on JJ Abrams. But um, yeah, I don't know why you tease. You say Finn goes like, "Oh yeah, I got Ray. I have something to tell you," and then it's like he never tells her. So why does the book have to? Why does the book have to um answer all these questions? I really don't get it. Um. Uh.
And no, like not many people are going to read the book when compared to the movie. So
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
I believe I don't know what really happened here, but I believe another thing that the book answered was how Maz Kanata found Luke's lightsaber, which was a question, which is a story for another time. Apparently, that other time was apparently in the fucking book. But yeah, like see that was a question throughout the whole trilogy, the whole trilogy. They never talked about it until the book. Um. So yeah, that was fucked up. Got anything else to add, Ramkit?
Um, about that, I mean, I just don't think that that's a good practice to have your books talk about your $1 billion movie.
Yeah, and answer like the
That's about
unanswered
it,
questions.
basically.
Yeah. So I think that's gonna wrap it up here. Thanks for joining me, Ramkit. Um, uh, is there anywhere you have any like socials that people can find you on?
Uh, yeah, follow us at Taco Gaming or the Mad Lads or whatever we're called.
Right. That our collab channel, or are you talking about the MeCast? But our
No, the other channel that we were gonna do.
uh, oh no, you mean Mad Lads? That was a series on the
Yeah,
MeCast. But yeah, well, we do have a collab channel, Taco Gaming or Taco Media, actually, really, but we haven't uploaded on there in a really long time.
whatever it's called.
I remember changing it to Taco Media, but we haven't uploaded on there in a really long time. But maybe we
I
could.
know we should.
So yeah, you
We
got
may
any like
we'll see each
Instagrams,
other.
any Instagrams, Twitters, anything you want to plug?
No, I wanna make I have an I wanna make a Mika game, so it's all good
Okay.
right now.
So we'll end it here. Thanks for watching and listening. Whatever. If you're on SoundCloud listening to me, be sure to follow me and everything. Go to YouTube and subscribe to me. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and everything, and as well as go to SoundCloud, get me some momentum. So yeah. See you guys.